What I'm about to tell you is something that absolutely nobody tells you before you walk away from your job, say goodbye to your coworkers, and collect that final paycheck. They tell you about the parties, they tell you about the travel, they tell you about how beautiful it's going to be to sleep in on a Monday morning. But nobody warns you about what actually happens to your money, and more importantly, what happens to your mind, during the first 365 days of your retirement. Listen to me now. That first year of retirement is the absolute most dangerous financial phase of your entire life. It is the honeymoon phase, yes, but it is also the danger zone. And if you do not understand the rules of the money game the second you stop working, you are going to make mistakes that will cost you your financial freedom years down the road. Let's look at the problem. For 40 years, your entire relationship with money has been about one thing: accumulation. You worked, you earned, you saved, and you watched that number grow. It gave you security. It made you feel safe. But the day you retire, everything reverses. You go from being an accumulator to a dissipator. You are no longer putting money in, you are taking money out. And that transition is a massive psychological shock. For the first time in your adult life, you don't have a regular paycheck landing in your account every 2 weeks. What happens? The fear sets in. I call it the paycheck withdrawal syndrome. You look at your bank account, you see money leaving, and you start to panic. You think, oh my God, what if I run out? What if the market crashes? What if I can't afford my life anymore? So what do? You do one of two things, and both of them are dead wrong. Either you lock yourself in your house, eat cans of soup, and refuse to spend a single penny because you are paralyzed by fear, or you go completely in the opposite direction. You look at that big nest egg you've built up, maybe it's 500,000, maybe it's $1 million, and you think, I'm rich. I can finally do everything I've ever wanted. And that brings us to the biggest financial surprise of year one. Your spending does not go down. Everybody tells themselves the lie that the second they retire, their cost of living is going to drop by 20 or 30%. You think you'll spend less because you aren't commuting or buying work clothes. Let me tell you right now, that is a total myth. In your first year of retirement, every single day is a Saturday. Think about how much money you spend on a typical Saturday versus a Tuesday when you're stuck at an office. On Saturday, you go out to lunch. You browse online. You start home improvement projects. You travel to see the grandkids. In year one, you have all the time in the world, and time costs money. You are highly active, you are celebrating your freedom, and suddenly you look at your accounts and realize you spent far more than you ever projected. But here is where the true danger lies, and this is what trips up almost everyone. It is a concept called sequence of returns risk. If the stock market decides to take a massive nosedive during the exact same year that you retire and start taking big withdrawals to fund this new lifestyle, you are dealing a devastating blow to your portfolio. When you pull money out of a declining market, you are locking in those losses permanently. You are selling your shares at a discount, and your nest egg will never have the chance to grow back when the market recovers. A market crash in your 30s is a buying opportunity. You must sit down with a tax professional before you make big withdrawals in that first year, because guessing is a luxury you can no longer afford. I also want you to look closely at your debt. If you are entering your first year of retirement carrying credit card debt, a car loan, or a massive mortgage, you are putting a noose around your financial neck. There is simply no investment out there that is going to pay you a guaranteed return higher than the high interest rates you are paying on debt. If you enter retirement with debt, your fixed income is being eaten alive by interest before you even pay for your own life. Get clean before you get retired. And let's talk about your family. In your first year of retirement, you are going to feel incredibly generous. You have all this time, you feel accomplished, and maybe your adult children come to you asking for a loan, or help with a down payment, or money for a grandchild's college tuition. Your heart tells you to say yes. But I am telling you right now, you must say no if it jeopardizes your own security. Your children can get loans for a house. Your grandchildren can get loans or scholarships for college. Nobody is going to give you a loan to fund your retirement. If you deplete your assets in year one to take care of everyone else, you will end up becoming a financial burden to the very people you are trying to help later in life. Love them, support them emotionally, but protect your nest egg with everything you have. Your actionable takeaway for this critical first year is to execute a baseline budget and track every single cent that flows out of your life for the first 12 months. Do not guess. Do not assume. Treat your retirement like a business where you are the CEO. For the first year, stick to a conservative withdrawal rate, aim for no more than 4% of your total portfolio value for the year, and adjust it based on how the economy is moving. Keep your eyes wide open. Do not put your head in the sand because you are afraid to look at the numbers. Remember, financial chaos happens when you let your emotions rule your money. Fear will make you sell at the bottom. Arrogance will make you spend too much at the top. You and your money are one. If you want a retirement that is full of security, grace, and freedom, you have to stand in your truth, face the numbers, and control your spending from day one. You have worked too hard and waited too long to let the first year ruin the rest of your life. Protect yourself, be smart, and own your financial future.